Juan, can you please tell us why Houston is so attractive to move, to live here, to enjoy it?
Okay, so yeah, why to move to Houston? Why people should move to Houston? The reason I moved to Houston was because basically I didn't have a choice. I had a job offer and I just took it. And once I got here, I fell in love with the place because the weather was great. I was coming from Connecticut, which is a very cold state. And so coming here, seeing palm trees, apartment complexes with pools, and people that are like very friendly. And typically when people live in warm climates, they're a little more friendly. So when I came here, I noticed that I was welcome. People call me honey because people from Houston will call you honey, sweetheart, and all these things. And I was like, wow, these people are very nice. And I liked it because, you know, who wouldn't like to be treated like that? So at first it was the people, it was the weather, but then after, you know, living here a few years, then I found out that there's a lot more to it than people and weather. There's a lot of opportunities. The rent is very low. The houses are very beautiful. The pay is good compared to rents. The food is great. You know, there's a lot of restaurants that are very nice. In Connecticut, we didn't have a lot of nice supermarkets, and here that we have restaurants like HEB. We have restaurants like Kroger. We have, you know, Whole Foods, which is great. And so that was, you know, after being here for a few years, I started noticing, okay, well, no, nice restaurants, they pay well, nice supermarkets, safety. I noticed that I was born in Colombia, in a city called Medellin. Medellin was a very dangerous city in the past, but I moved here when I was very young to Connecticut. And when I moved to Houston, I also felt very safe, very welcomed. I felt that this is a city where you can raise your family. There's a lot of things to do in the city, a lot of things. If you drive south for about 45 minutes, you're going to be in Galveston Bay. It's a beach. You can take your kids to the beach. There's a lot of lakes. There's Austin. You can take people to your kids, your family to the lake. If you are into hunting, people like hunting here in Texas. This is the tradition here. People like to hunt. There's a lot of different towns that you can visit with a lot of history. There's El Alamo, which is a small town, you know, in San Antonio, where the founding people, you know, Sam Houston conquered, and, you know, is a very nice historic place. If you want to go to Mexico, you can drive how many hours to Mexico from here?
Flight is 2 hours.
The flight is 2 hours, and the drive?
10.
10 hours. 10 to 14 hours.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible, you know, to get in a car and go to Mexico, right? It will be actually something amazing. Florida is not too far. I typically go to Destin or Pensacola, and it takes me 9 hours to get there, which is amazing. It's a port city. It's in the port, so if you do business, your product from around the world would get here very easily. The best of all, no state tax. So if you do business, you're not gonna get taxes at the state level. You can pay federal taxes, but you're not gonna pay state taxes, which is the reason why a lot of businesses move to Texas, because you can save yourself millions of dollars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the reason why it's so growing so well, no?
Yes. That's another really good reason why it's preferred in the United States as a state to go and conduct your businesses. Also, for the international investors, Houston is very friendly. It will be easy for somebody from out of the country to come in and get documentation enough to start a business. Well, you have to know how to do it, but it is possible. It's investor friendly. We have a large population of people from Asia investing here in Houston in real estate, in other services, businesses. We have people from South America, of course. It's close to Mexico. There's a lot of Mexican investors, Mexican people living here. They're great workers, very friendly people. There's what else is here that's beautiful? There's a lot of features in the city. Like, for example, I mean, there's a lot of things to entertain yourself. Like down the street from here is a beautiful park. There's bicycles right here in front of us that you can rent. There's places to go outside. The malls are wonderful. You couldn't really walk them in a day. If you go to the Galleria Houston, you wouldn't be able to walk this Galleria in one entire day. It takes you 2 days. There's ice skating in there for the kids. There's movie theaters close by. There's just so many amazing things to do outside.
And also I noticed that people here in Texas, they are more relaxed comparing to other places in the States.
Yeah. So, you know, if you come from anywhere in the world, you know a particular place, a particular state where people are like the black sheep. They're very relaxed. They're just, you know, they're living good lives. They're outspoken. They're able to socialize. They're super friendly. So in the United States, when you go to, you find that place in Texas. So Texans are very open. They're friendly. They like to help the neighbor. They like to dream big. The highways are big. Everything's big in Texas. And that's the saying, that's the motto for Texas. Everything's big in Texas. So that's the reason why a lot of people like to move here
Okay.
for business.
Thank you.
All right, sounds good.